Rick, it's great to see you.
Hey, good morning, Keith Jones. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for being here. I missed you. Glad you had a great Thanksgiving with family. You ready to get to it?
Yes, sir.
Great. The title of this podcast is going to be It's Not Just Another Tuesday. And I'll tell you where this was inspired, the title. I sit or have the privilege of being the administrative partner or the partner for one of our physicians at Mayo Clinic in Arizona that leads physician leadership development. And it's really been an honor to be a part of this. So grateful for all the blessings that I have received and continue to receive at Mayo Clinic. And part of this work is to really help physicians become wellness centered, to take care of themselves first, and then to lead in such a way that they consider the well-being of their colleagues and their direct reports and the staff that they've been charged to kind of manage and direct to make sure they create those environments where one feels valued and they feel a sense of belonging. Well, the end of the year event that we had for leaders that have been identified as being leaders of the future or emerging leaders is the name of this particular program was was attended and by our CEO here in Arizona and the chief administrative officer. And they went through a list of things in which they think are traits of servant leaders at Mayo Clinic who are going to lead us, moving forward. And one of the things that he talked about was he gave me a nod about the gratitude practice that I brought to Mayo Clinic, which was humbling, and I appreciate that. But he talked about how if you're not careful in practicing something like daily gratitude, that when you come to Mayo Clinic on a Tuesday as an employee, you'll think it's just another Tuesday. But that's not what's happening. There's someone coming in there. For some people coming to Mayo Clinic, it's the scariest day of their life. They have a diagnosis, they have an illness, they have something that is putting their very life in the balance. And it's also traumatic for their loved ones. And so if you can remember that, you stay tied to the mission and purpose of why we come to work at Mayo Clinic. And that is never lost on me every time I come to Mayo Clinic. I've talked to, many podcasts about how grateful I am to be in a space with where everybody is coming in every day that for this purpose of caring for other people. I mean, it's just such an inspiring way to to serve. And, so I don't get caught up with, well, I find a parking spot, I'm running late, or I don't get caught up in that. I just see all these people coming to work. I don't see the person in front of me who is taking a bit, of time at the stop sign or is taking a little bit more time in the crosswalk where I'm trying to get to work on time. I don't see that. What I see is it's like, look at all these people coming to this one place to serve other people. So, but in other areas of my life, I have treated it just like another Tuesday. And gratitude has been something, and being aware, practice being in the present moment are practices, exercises that have helped me not treat the day as trivial, as inconsequential, but to really honor it, to value it, to treasure it. And the best way that I know how to do so is working on myself and how I treat other people. So, Rick, I'd love to hear your thoughts about it's not just another Tuesday.
Mm. Well, I'm impressed by the idea of not treating every day as if it's on automatic pilot. I really enjoy what your CEO had to say about reminding everyone what the purpose of uh, Mayo's is in its role of healing others, and also the responsibility that each staff person has to make sure that that message is illustrated by the way that they act and the way that they behave toward others. But what he was thinking about, I think, was how we land on other people and how important it is for us to be mindful of how we land on others. And I would just expand on that to say it's not just another Tuesday ever. ever. I
Yeah.
mean, this is all you have, this present moment, this working unit of your life that we call the present. That's all you have. And so I find myself um, getting to the point where I say, once I get rid of today or get my to-do list done, then I can relax and have fun and be pleasurable and all of the, have experiences that I'm looking forward to. But no, if you do that, if I do that, that what I'm doing is I'm delaying and pretending that this is meaningless, right? That my life right now is meaningless. It's only valuable down the road when all of this other stuff gets out of the way. And I think that's just a foolish mistake. There is no ordinary Tuesday. Every day is an opportunity, and every day is all you have. And so if we're constantly deferring or if we're treating things as we do so often on automatic pilot, the richness and the beauty of life escapes us. One last point on that, and that is that, we are pleasure-seeking units. That's what humans are. We want pleasure. We don't want pain. And so we want to do everything we can to avoid the pain, which means avoiding feeling like we have to go to work, avoiding feeling like we have to talk to somebody at work that we don't like, avoiding having to deal with traffic. It's all part of the same mandala. It's all part of the same hodgepodge of what life is. And we have to look forward to, embrace all of the negative and all of the positive in the same way, in the very same way. It's all part of the same exact thing.
I love that, Rick. You're absolutely, it's all part of it. And to resist that is to resist reality, right? Like
Yeah.
this is all part of it. And life is made up of all those little, things that you would rather get, uh, complete or get out of the way, as you mentioned before, with these little tasks to get to somewhere in the future. But there is no future. There's only the present moment. That's it. And I think if you can stay rooted in the present moment, man, your life is just rich, right? It's so rich, and there's so much beauty and so many blessings abound in your life when you can come at it from that perspective. So thank you, Rick. I love you. Thank you for a great show.
I love you too, Keith. One other point I think that is important is that, you know, gratitude, it doesn't mean gratitude for getting a raise. It doesn't mean gratitude just for having a great dinner. It doesn't mean gratitude for seeing a long lost friend. Those are all highlights and wonderful things, but it also means gratitude for the ability to understand and appreciate the dilemma of another person. Gratitude for having someone point out to you in a fair criticism something that landed on them in a way that they didn't like, and you have a chance now to correct it. Gratitude for things that are not things that we normally are thankful for, but that show us the way to be better people and to be the person that we want to be.
Man, I love that, Rick. Yes, yes, it's all of that. Rick, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Keith. I love you.
I love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.